Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. Let me take this opportunity to thank Kenya's Gen Z. They have done us proud. They are making international headlines. They are raising the standards for other youths across the world to emulate. I'm a very proud Kenyan living at such a time. I've always maintained that as time goes, these members of parliament, senators, governors, or any elected leader following William Ruto will find the ground very hostile. That's what I've always been preaching in this forum. How proud am I today that that has actually been fulfilled. Leaders supporting Ruto are finding the ground very hostile, including Ruto himself. About 2 days ago, Ruto was heckled and chased away in Garissa town. He went there to launch a borehole in a university in Garissa County. But residents of Garissa were telling him reject Finance Bill 2024, reject Ruto, Ruto must go. And now, members of parliament, these ones supporting Ruto, they are also now finding the ground very hostile. Across the country, at the coast, in western, in central, on the mountain, everywhere, these leaders are finding the ground very hostile. It was all song and dance in Nyali constituency, in Mombasa, residents telling Jichopevu must go. In Bondo, it was the same. Across the country, that has been the song. So it's true, Ruto has made these leaders very, very unpopular. Let me repeat this that I've been saying here. A whooping majority of Kenyans are against Ruto. And even in 2022, a whooping majority of Kenyans were still against Ruto. The mistake Kenyans did in 2022 was to reject Ruto, but to give him members of parliament, senators, governors, MCAs. That's a mistake Kenyans made in 2022. In 2027, or any time Kenyans go to the election, they should not make that mistake. A rejection of Ruto should start with these elected leaders. Any MCA, MP, governor, senator who will be contesting on Ruto's party or alliance or supporting Ruto, that leader has to be rejected. Reject those leaders. If Kenyans can do that, I'm 100% very sure Ruto will go home come 2027. In fact, I won't be wrong to say Ruto will be a one-term president. This thing is possible. The first thing Kenyans should do is to make the ground very hostile for these MPs. And even when Ruto goes to an area and he starts campaigning, Kenyans should just walk out from those his political rallies. If Kenyans can do that, then for sure Ruto will be a one-term president. And already, We are seeing some signs that Kenyans will do that. And also, if you look at what is currently happening, this thing will continue till the next election. And I'm saying that because already the ground has lost trust and confidence on Ruto. Even if William Ruto was to make a U-turn today, he will have a lot of work to do convincing Kenyans that they can trust him. He has a lot of work to do. But the William Ruto I'm seeing, on how he's talking, on how his foot soldiers are talking, William Ruto is not listening. He's still assuming that already he has won 2027. That's the main blunder he's making. So instead of addressing what Kenyans are complaining against, he's actually rubbishing them. His foot soldiers are also rubbishing them. That's the blunder Ruto is doing. And that's a blunder that will augur very negatively for him come the next election. Tomorrow being a Sunday, William Ruto will be going to some churches to pray. And from the look of things, we are being told that already the Gen Z has started sending their strong messages, though that will be in our next analysis. Let's have a look at some messages Kenyans are already sending. Yes, Ruto will be worshipping tomorrow, and the church that he'll be worshipping, Kenyans are already sending messages to the preacher. Shalom. Good morning, man of God. Tomorrow you will be hosting the president, and I wish to remind you the role of the church in a corrupt government. Role of the church, speaking truth to power. Ephesians 5:11 have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. Proverbs 31:8-9 speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. If you cannot tell Ruto the truth and agonies that he's making Kenyans go through, then I'll give you an extra verse. Matthew 23:27-28. Woe to you, teacher of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of the bones of the dead and everything unclean. Yes, so already Kenyans are sending those messages to the man of God who will be hosting Ruto tomorrow. Though we are going to dig deep in details in that in our next analysis. So even the men of God, these ones who have been entertaining Ruto, they are going to find it very, very hard. Let's meet in our next analysis to dig deep into this. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe in order not to miss our next analysis. Give the video a like. Those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment. Let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. It's actually true. The ground is becoming very slippery, very hostile for Ruto. And to this leader supporting him, a smart leader cannot and should not support Ruto. A leader who still has got some political ambitions in the future should and can't be supporting Ruto. Let me leave it there, ladies and gentlemen.